Okay, that's all there. And she's saying like it's okay to date single mothers, right? Yet the drama she's saying saved her life. Now, if you were to date a woman like this and she's a single mother, who do you think she'll have more loyalty to, you or her baby father? Who do you think is going to be in part in all of the decisions if you guys have a kid, or the kid she has is acting up and you want to discipline that kid? Who do you think is going to have a say in that? The kid's really disrespecting you. Who do you think is going to, when let's say you guys want to move somewhere, and you know who do you think is going to have a say in that as well? Because obviously she has the dude has a kid with the woman you're dating who's a single mother, the baby father. I'm not bashing all. I'm not bashing single. I'm bashing. I am not with single mothers who can't, who are not realistic. I don't bash single mothers. I'm just talking about the ones that cannot see the reason why some men say they don't want to date single mothers. Those are the ones I have an issue with, because they know the issues that go on. They know the issues. Some of them don't even want their sons to date single mothers. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Now, you can watch the full video on your own. I'm gonna take this one down, and I'm gonna go talk about the one that I was gonna bring up. Here we go. All right.
Coach Adams, I believe he also gives relationship advice. I've seen him on YouTube, and now I'm starting to see him on TikTok as well. Now, the interesting part about this man is he kind of reminds me of Kevin Samuels in some type of way. Kevin Samuels gives relationship advice on YouTube as well. But what I've noticed about a lot of relationship coaches that are giving relationship advice to men, a lot of them are teaching men how to be more of an asshole. Yeah. Excuse me as I kiss the sky. But I can teach you how to have a good character and be more attractive to women. That's all.
Now she's saying, see, this is the thing. When guys have an actual reason for why they believe what they believe when it comes to single mothers, all of a sudden they're the bad guy. They're evil.
No.
Okay.
All right.
They're
Now, most of the time, they don't want no dusty ass dude that's out here trying to be a player.
oh, here's another thing. Let me hold on. Let me put this up a bit. Hold on. See all this right here? See all this right here? You want respect as a single mother. And look at this. Look at this. I went to, when I was creating this video, I was trying to get a thumbnail, and half of the pictures she has, she barely has clothes on. Looking like it's like she's, doing OnlyFans. Okay. So this is the same woman that claimed that she was dead. People thought she was dead a couple of years ago. This is the same woman that had a beef with Minister Jap, and it got ugly. And all the receipts just start coming out the woodwork. Everything from the sex orgies she's had, from I believe with her the baby father she had, a dude that belonged to somebody else, her living in a hotel, people saying that she didn't really have a condo, the orgies, the fact of the matter is, like, she tried to get serious with one dude, and the dude didn't want to because he saw her getting trained out. Excuse me. There's a lot. And she, like I said, the thing is like, these women know how dirty some single mothers can be, how grimy they can be, how savage they could be. Once again, I'm not talking about all single mothers. I'm talking about the ones that are just plain evil and are not looking for a relationship. They're looking for help. Okay. Those are when women say, I don't understand why guys don't want to date single mothers. That right there, I would lose respect for you, because you know very well Just like you have some women that don't want to date single fathers. Again, some of you who are like this wouldn't even want your son to date a single mother because you know there's a possibility that that woman could be a dirtbag just like you. Look at this. Man, let's keep going.
Now, if you want to be a player and that's your thing, knock yourself out, go ahead and watch these guys so they can teach you how to get more women to be repelled. Now,
wait a minute. What were you? You were at a swinger party, man. You were at a swinger party. Minister Jap had an interview with one of the dudes that you were trying to get with. Okay, the dude at the time, he was just having, you're just something to do at the time. You want to talk about men being players and stuff, but what were you doing at those swinger parties? What were you doing? Being like Super Mario, jumping on a lot of pipes. Let's keep going.
I can't teach you how to be a man, but I can teach you how to have a good character and be more attractive to women. That's all I can do. I'm a woman. I know what women want. All right. And most of the time, they don't want no dusty ass dude that's out here trying to be a player because he listens to some dudes on YouTube. Okay. So I'm not sitting here trying to dog these guys out. They're great in their own way, and they are for a specific type of man who wants to basically have control over women. A lot of men want control over women, and there are women out there.
And what about the women who are saying, "Oh, you don't date single mothers"? What about those single mothers who try to capitalize on a man's ignorance of single mothers? What about that? And when they get the baby, they dismiss the dude. Okay. What about those single mothers who still have a place in their heart for the biological father? Who'll even get married and then divorce to go be with the baby biological father, or the fact that they will be, with the dude that's dating them, and the kid will be so disrespectful that the single mother refuses to discipline the child, and then when the stepdad wants to step in and discipline the kid, because if you care for the single mother, you're going to care for the child, and you're going to want to follow your biological imperative to discipline a kid that's out of line. They step in. What about that? See, and you want to diss these men for telling the truth, because this happens. These have been many men's experiences, but you don't want to admit that, and then you degrade them and call them names, call them a-holes and stuff like that, because they're telling the truth, and you know it. You know this.
You know why? Because they don't want to be your slaves. You know what I mean? They're human beings. They're not interested in you controlling them. Okay? So those are the women I'm going to try to get you to attract. Now, of course, I'm a new single mom. I have a 3-year-old. So, of course, I'm going to have some say in this clip right here.
Gentlemen, top 2 reasons why you don't date single mothers.
Now, I've made my own clips about single mothers, and I had a lot of people mad at me about a single mother clip I made on TikTok, telling women, hey, it's your responsibility to teach your sons how to respect women. And if your sons are grown and they're out here disrespecting women and not taking care of their kids, I want to know what you did as a single mother that has them out here thinking that type of crap is okay. Women with grown sons, your son's behavior is a reflection of you as a mother. Did you enable him? What were you teaching him that has him out here disrespecting women and abandoning his children? Now, he gave 2 reasons why you shouldn't date single mothers. And let me just say, both of them are bullshit. Okay? If you're dealing with the right woman, a woman who has a good character, it can just suddenly stop having a good character when she has children. We don't become incompetent.
Some women hide what they play a good poker face. And when they get what they want, that's when the real mask falls off. When the mask falls off and their real identity shows, because they got what they wanted. There are women out here, when they get what they want, they discard the man. It's called finessing. You know this, but again, you're playing stupid.
Simply because we dated a Dusty who decided to abandon us with children. We may have made a mistake because this Dusty may have been fronting or something, or we may have just banked on a dude's potential. But for the most part,
okay, and but there are women who don't date men who are single fathers. And the person who made a mistake got a woman pregnant, and now a single father. and has to live with the fact that he is now off the market for some women. And there'll be women who say, don't date single fathers. There are men who say, don't date single fathers to help women out. It's okay to say that. But when a man says, don't date single mothers for, proven reasons, all hell breaks loose with women. Oh, get the pitchforks, get the torches. We got to crucify him. Cancel culture. ASAP.
Even if we made a poor choice in man, it doesn't always mean that we're bad parents. Girlfriend and wife is a different.
Yes, in some cases, yes. There are instances when a woman makes a bad choice in a man. There are times, not all, that they could be a bad parent. Okay? Because some people, they don't learn. That's a fact. And that goes for both genders. What are you talking about?
From mother. It's two different things. So if I'm a shitty girlfriend, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be a bad mother.
If you have a crappy personality, that if you don't change that personality will spill into other titles, such as mother and wife. There's no on switch. Oh, well, I'm a crappy, evil person to be someone's girlfriend, but I'll always be an angel to my, an angel and a good mother to my children. No, because the evil will come out in different ways. You may coddle them when you have to correct them. You may not tell them the truth when they need to hear the truth to grow. You may shelter them.
A good wife, it doesn't mean that I would be a good mother. It's two different things. Now, here's what I try to get men to understand. There are two types of single mothers in this world. There are high-end single mothers, and there are ghetto, low-energy baby mamas. You need to be able to know the difference. If you are choosing single mothers today, if you continuously keep having negative experiences with these women, it's because of these women's character, not the fact that they have children. And children have nothing to do with what kind of woman that they are. You would think that children would create a better, outcome for women. Like they would be better because we have to be more responsible. We have to do the damn thing, especially if we're alone. So we got to go out there and do what we're supposed to do. We can't be messing around. So you would think being a mother would change some of these women who have bad characters. But I'm here to inform you fellas, that's not the case at all.
So, all right, let's get into it. Reason number one, most time they raise some badass kids, all right? Most of them kids got bad habits. They bad in school, they got bad grades, they ain't never gonna be done.
Number one, my son is almost 3 and he says, please, thank you, excuse me.
Okay, there's always exception to the rule, but it doesn't mean the exception is the rule. Okay? Statistically, kids who grow up in single parent homes, most of the time, they suffer with depression, more likely to be abused, getting into fights, anger issues, etc. More prone to go to prison, more on the path to go to the penitentiary. Disciplinary problems. Again, I'm not saying that's always with every single mother, but most of the time it does end up that way. Okay? Again, not bashing the good single mothers. This isn't about you. Let's keep moving.
And I'm sorry. Okay? At 3. So it's about who this woman is and what she teaches her children. Like I said, just because a woman is single doesn't mean she doesn't know how to parent or discipline her children. Some women got it confused. Some women think spankings discipline their children. Some women have so many different ways that they try to control their kids. If they don't know how to control their kids, there's definitely something going on with them. They don't know how to manage anything. So yeah, look at a woman and decipher whether or not she can take care of her children. That lets you know what kind of woman she is and whether you can deal with her or not. It is very much a determining factor how a woman takes care of her kids, okay? Pay attention to that, all right? But for the most part, if you're dealing with a decent woman, she hasn't just suddenly thrown parenting out the window simply because the man isn't around. I've taken child development classes as well as parenting classes. I took them in high school and in college, and I encourage women to take them all of the time. For the record, I have a group for single moms on Facebook. It's called Black Single Moms Who Get
Okay, here's the thing, all right? Again, just because, all right, you say, well, I'm a good single mother, Right, good for you. But that doesn't mean every mother is going to take is that way. Every single mother is that way. Okay? I'm sorry, but you have, the ones that are bad and derelict single mothers, they outnumber the ones that are not. These are the facts. Okay? I hate to break it to you, but she's not realistic. She really isn't. If you don't have bad kids, then this shouldn't affect you. But you do know that this woman does know that there are single mothers out there that are toxic. And she does know that there are single mothers that don't take care of their kids. And there's a reason why men say not to date them. Because they want their own family tree. I don't know. You know this. You know this, especially in the Black community. You know this.
In there, I get a lot of information about moms, and let me tell you, there are good moms in there. I know a ton of good moms, and for the most part, most of those single mothers have been divorced. I do want to continue to keep saying that because a lot of people keep thinking that single mothers never got married or we are promiscuous or something like that. No, most of those women are divorced, and these men have a bad.
So there's no single mothers that are divorced, that are toxic, and they are promiscuous? Come on now.
And their children, now that they have found another woman to be involved with. Okay, that's happening with a lot of women. I'm not saying that's all women. I'm just saying please factor in that a lot of single mothers are divorced. All right, and these men just completely abandon each other. Do a lot of single mothers have bad kids? Yes, because they're juggling a lot. 9 times out of 10, they're working so much they're not with their kids. But you have women like me who are stay-at-home moms. I watch my son all the time. I'm always going to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm an entrepreneur. I have several businesses. I can do that. But there are women out there who have to go to work and they leave their kids alone often. So, an idle mind is a devil's playground. So these kids are out here just doing God knows what with no kind of guidance. Single means one, not really relationships.
So you understand where Greg Adams is coming from. Some of these single mothers do not raise their kids. Okay? I've witnessed this firsthand, observing a woman with her kids, and they talk out of place. They're bad. They don't listen. I mean, you know this, but you're playing dumb and you're saying, "Oh, men are trying to control us," when they say the things. Or you being a-holes. You being no. They're just setting standards, and once again, you're just proving these men right. Okay, especially with liberal women in society, they want to be able to do what they want without impunity. Criticize men all you want. Criticize women, all hell breaks loose.
You understand what I'm saying? I think people think single meaning like who they're involved with. No, single just means one. Okay, so it just means one parent. So I'm a single parent. But trust me, there are married women out there who struggle with parenting. Okay, so just because a man is there or isn't there has nothing to do with it. The way that men treat women has to do with what they saw women either put up with or not put up with. If their mothers put up with cheating husbands and lying and abuse, usually that's what these guys end up doing. If their mothers were single, most of these men end up juggling women. They don't necessarily keep a solid relationship.
And the reason number two that you don't date single mothers is because them kids ain't gonna leave anyway. They codependent as hell. They ain't leaving the house. You marry a single mother, you date a single mother, that kid gonna be there until 15, 20, 30 years old. That kid gonna be there. You gotta not date single mothers.
Number two, I left the nest at 18. This is something I'm going to be teaching my son.
That's facts. There are some single mothers that the kid never leaves the nest. That is a fact. Again, you know this. But she's going to come up with some excuse. Virtue signaling. But let's keep going.
Once you get 18, you either need to try to get your own place or you need to be going to college and living on campus. Not just sitting up in your mama's house, okay? That's not going to happen. I don't know what mama is comfortable with that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me give you an example. Last year I dated this guy, known him since 7th grade. Me and him been dating on and off since then. All right? I'm 40 years old. He's like, I don't know, 39 maybe, 38, because he's a year behind me. This man still lives with his mom in the same place he was living when we were teenagers. And I tried so hard to get this man to come move out with me in California, but he wanted to stay in DC at his mama's house. He didn't get married last year like he was supposed to. You know why? Because he wouldn't let go of his mama. That's the mind. He grew up with both of his parents. His father passed away in his 20s. His older brother just got out of prison for murder. He himself went to the military and toured twice. Both his parents still live with his mom. So it has nothing to do with single mothers. It's just this guy and his own issues and what his mother puts up with. A woman can be married and still put up with nonsense.
Why were you dealing with him? Had a brother, came out of prison. Why were you dealing with him? See, this is why I don't take Soncerae seriously. Because of her past and the things that come out of her mouth. This is a woman who faked her own death and then suddenly comes back on YouTube. Then you hear all this drama she has about how her baby father saved her life, the drama with her family. And this is what some of single mothers did. This is the baggage some single mothers have. So again, why do you have a problem with what Coach Greg Adams says when you basically live most of what he's saying?
Being single is separate from being a mother. So what I think you guys should start calling women is solo mom. I just want you to understand that for the most part, most single mothers are out here.
Solo what? This ain't Star Wars. What? Single moms mean single parent. Single female parent is not with the father, not in a relationship. Single parent. Okay? Scratch it. I'm sorry. Single mother. All right? Single mother. She's a mom. She's not with a biological father. Okay? She's a single parent. Not dating anybody. That's what it is. Solo mom.
Choice. So we gotta go on here, we gotta work, we gotta do our own thing, we gotta clean, we gotta cook. We got things that we need to do as a woman. We don't have a choice. But for the most part, we definitely want to have adult time with the men. Okay? Know the difference.
Right. And most men are not some men won't put up with that because the amount of time you have to do and spend, the man is usually last. You have to cook, you have to clean, you have to watch over your son. You got to do all these, your son or daughter. Okay, all these things you have to do, and you won't have much time for a man who is single, who doesn't have kids. May seem like, you know what, I don't want to date a single mom. Let me date a woman who's single, doesn't have kids, because she has time, I have time together. Versus a woman that barely has time because she has to sacrifice everything for her child, as she should. So she should date a single father because one side knows how the other half lives. That makes perfect sense.
Between a high-end single mother who has a career, who has her own money, who's a decent person, has good character,
still has no time really for a relationship. Just being honest, really doesn't. Career, work, time.
has a good relationship with God, versus these ghetto baby mamas that y'all wanted to. They're just ratchet even if they didn't have kids, okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to put them inside of my comments.
All right. Relationship with God. So you understand the natural order of things when these guys are saying why not to date single mothers. Okay, you could see the truth, right? You could see it. Instead of bashing Greg Adams for things that are common sense and deep down you know, but you're trying to just serenade dudes into believing that he's wrong and you're right. Like many of these women out here. Oh no, you could date single mothers. Come on. You could, when you know that, look, the amount of time and effort that you put into your kids and barely any time for a relationship, you know the truth, but you just want to lie. You think people are going to be stupid. A lot of men are waking up and they're not taking that anymore. So that's all I got to say. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.